Well, there's something you should know, so I'm gonna tell you so. Get it, enjoy the show. Working all day, now it's time to unwind. It's party time, party time. Everybody, you should know that it's party time, party time, party time, party time. Gonna kick your ass cause it's party time. Kicking your ass cause it's party time. Ain't gonna stop me cause it's party time. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Party time. What you gonna do, Jack? Shit, bitch. What? Nothing. Ain't got nothing on this shit right here.
Come on!
You guys, why aren't you hitting me like all at once? You guys are really dumb. Just one at a time. And then stand around and watch it happen. Don't help each other or anything. You guys are so dumb. Try again. Try again. Nope. Oh, I'm dumb. Close, but no cigar. Ain't got shit. Ah, timing. And... oh. That's enough of that. Party time. Yeah. And that's worth a trophy. You get a trophy for beating the ever-loving shit-piss out of all the party-goers. Because honestly, the only kind of party that Batman attends is the party of pain! Anyway, let's continue.
Are you excited, Bats? I mean, we've been building up to this point all night. Don't tell me you've not been looking forward to it. I know I have. Surprise! Everyone always said I should be in television. You don't want to miss this, really. It'll be a blast. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, that was something. Again, I don't really understand what Joker's plan was here.
Why didn't you stop Batman?
I mean, like, he's doing this thing where it's like, oh, you foiled my plans.
It was your plan.
Oh, why didn't we stop him? You were supposed to stop him. You've all failed me. But clearly, he expected Batman to make it to this point, right?
Sending you back to the ventriloquist where you belong.
Clearly, he was like, oh, Batman's gonna show up for the party. Like, arguably, that was the whole point of the night, but why is he acting like his plans were foiled?
You had to spoil everything, didn't you?
Was he just pretending?
Bane, feeding Scarecrow to Croc, slapping around Harley, my hobby, by the way, and ruining all my lovely Venom plans. It's over.
What did you expect to happen?
Over? Why, my dear delusional Dark Knight, it hasn't even begun.
Yeah, the writing in this game isn't great. So when people say, like, oh, Arkham Asylum had the best story, they're not. They haven't actually sat down and thought about it. And also the writing. It hasn't even begun, because that's a line you only hear in stories that are well written. In the meantime, one final, henchman encounter before the finale. Kind of a shame that there's no, there's no, like, final Predator section or anything like that. But And now it's against 2 Bane Titan dudes and a bunch of henchmen. Whereas before, we only had to deal with like 1 henchman, 1 Titan dude, and a bunch of henchmen, or 2 Titan henchmen. Squeeze me. Oh, I'm dead. I hate that. Never let it be said City didn't improve on the combat. Whoa! Jesus. Ah, goddamn. I think I accidentally pulled down one of the dudes that were watching up on the rafters. That's actually great. I didn't know you could do that. God damn it. Stop it. This is pretty difficult if you're garbage at video games like I am. No. Goodness gracious. Okay, almost. The black one's down because I'm racist. Racism! Yeah! This'll hurt. And I get all those bats are experience. Oh fuck. Are experience points because obviously since I'm fully leveled up, they're just so useful to me. Oh shit! I hate that. Come on. There we go. Okay, we're done. Just barely. Just barely survived. But yeah. Joker not really showing off his Machiavellian brilliance this time around.
Your old pal, Commissioner.
Yeah, again, like, he clearly intended for Batman to show up to this point. So is he pretending? I don't... Oh, goodness. Oh, no. That delivery.
Get away! Here we go! We're gonna have some fun now, kiddies! You're trying to resist the change! That's not fair!
I didn't know you could do that! Ow, that must have really hurt.
So, you wanna play hardball, bats, do you? Your call! Oh, you're ruining my big night! Months of planning down the crapper! I just wanted to bring down your grim facade and for once let you see the world as I see it, giggling in a corner and bleeding. But you've denied me even that. I have nothing to live for.
Oh. That's gonna become retroactively a lot darker than it was on initial.
Arkham Asylum remains under lockdown, its staff at the mercy of the rampaging inmates. Just 10 minutes ago, we received this taped message.
Greetings, Gotham! Joker here! Arkham is mine! Soon I'll unleash madness untold onto the streets of Gotham. But first, direct your eyes to the rooftops and witness the final destruction of your dear Dark Knight.
We've been circling the tower since the... Wait! There! Joker is making his move!
Yeah. Remember what I was saying about this game kind of dropping off in its last half?
Let's give the room something to talk about! Two freaks in a fight to the death!
How come Joker has, like, control of his mental faculties, but no one else ever did? Who put Gordon up there?
Please welcome our special...
Who put him there? How'd he get there? When did... When? When? This ending...
Come on! Change! Get crazy. It's the only way...
I didn't know Venom could be resisted with just willpower. Or Titan, my bad.
You wasted the antidote on yourself? Now that's funny! Hysterical! But you still spoil my fun, and for that, I'll paint Arkham with your blood.
Why do you have a mohawk? I don't... Why? Yep, and hey, look at that. The final confrontation with the Joker. A character who is known for his psychotic planning and...
Think you can beat me?
And now he's just a monster clown. Why? Why would you do... Oh, my cape's all shredded up. Look at that. Just really not very good. This ending isn't super great.
So, Mr. Referee, how was that round?
It reminds me of Thief, if you've ever played the original. Oh, great. Oh, damn it! Damn it to hell! Now this is gonna last even longer. Goodness gracious. This isn't great. It's not a great final confrontation. And again. Nah. There we go.
What are you doing?
Finally. Ugh. And hey, look, because it's a video game. Oh wait, let me beat him up. And hey, look, because it's a video game, you gotta do it 2 more times. Conventional boss logic is you gotta do the pattern that beats him 3 times. Because this is a video game. Ow. Stop it. Go away. What?
Come in, boy.
I mean, I don't think I would have to explain why this is not generally okay, right? Oh, damn it. He's not wearing a shirt, so I couldn't tell he had knives. Because in this game... you fucking asshole. Because in this game, having a knife makes you impervious to damage. Damn it. Excuse me.
I'll give you something.
Quickly. Yes. Thank God. Had to do this 4 times because I missed the first one. It reminds me of Thief, how, like, the entire game is based on stealth. And, you know, knocking dudes out. But then there are some but then, like, the ending has you in levels with, like, velociraptors and shit who you can't sneak past and who you can't knock out with the blackjack. And it's just like, you know, that first game in the series, like, lack of confidence, where they're like, where they don't fully commit to their gimmick because it's new and unproven and they're not sure. They're like, well, it's a video game, we gotta do this thing, or else people will be like, what? People won't like it. You know? Like, it just gives me that kind of impression. This is the last round, though, so hopefully I can fucking finish it here. There we go, it's over. Hooray! Mercifully ended.
I can take it. I can take anything you throw at me, Bats. You can't beat me. I'm actually going to win. Ready for the next round?
Always.
What?
What?
Never let you win. Never.
Look at Joker's face. Oh shit. Yeah. And here for the trite roundup, wrap-up.
I'm fine, Barbara. The GCPD finally has control of the asylum. Doctors are treating the injured, but it looks like it'll take some time. All super criminals are back in custody. Quite a mess in there. And the venom-enhanced inmates are returning to normal.
Ha!
Though for some, the process can be quite painful.
Dad, how are you doing?
I'll survive.
Yeah, and because, you know, this is like just a video game of the comic, it's like, oh, we gotta wrap everything up so there's no actual resolution.
Stay safe, Jim.
Batman's always on call. Batman's gonna show up at like that, and Two-Face is like, Jesus Christ, Batman, what the fuck happened to you tonight? And that's Batman Arkham Asylum. You see what I mean? How okay. So, despite its flaws, and like I said, I feel like the quality of the game just really starts to nosedive in the last, quarter, I would say. Like, the last quarter of the game, it just really drops off. With the Poison Ivy shit taking over the island, the diminishing, Predator maps, and that final boss fight is just abysmal. I mean, honestly. And it's disappointing because Arkham City is going to do pretty much the same thing, only it's going to make sense and be awesome. But anyway, despite that, this game's fucking amazing. As you've seen, right? Correct? You've seen it? You've seen it with your own eyes. This game is pretty fucking fantastic. And I don't say this lightly, but maybe not, revolutionary. Maybe not that far, but definitely it's earned its place in history, I would say. Without exaggeration, I would say that. Because if you look back over what the industry has done since this game came out, it set a lot of trends. It was a trend-setting game, you know? I would even go so far as to say it is the Resident Evil 4 of its time. Written by Paul Dini, yay. That's the cartoon guy. You know, and I don't think that's an exaggeration to say, because when Resident Evil 4 came out, it pretty much defined video games for half a decade. And that's what I think this game did too. You know? And you might not really get the full gravity of that comparison, because I decided to trash the Resident Evil 4 videos I did for some reason. But when you go the history of video games, where imagine that Missing Link evolution thing where it's a monkey on one end and then a human. The chart of video game history, you got, this game, Resident Evil 4, fucking Final Fantasy 7, Super Mario, Pac-Man, the games that, when they came out, everyone stood up and fucking paid attention and everything since then has followed in its wake. Well, again, how many games have you seen that had this rocksteady, free-flow style of combat with the, like, press square or X to hit dudes and triangle or Y to counter? And, like, a lot of games mix it up. They don't just straight rip it off. But they are all following that basic blueprint. Or Shadow over Mordor, which is unapologetically ripping off the entire thing wholesale with no changes whatsoever. It's just straight up Batman combat. And I'm not beguiling that, because it's a great combat system, right? And it's also important because, you know, no one really expected this game to be as good as it was. You know? I mean, oh, a Batman game's coming out. You know, comic book games don't exactly have the best reputation. Deservedly so. I mean, if you go back through the history of Batman games before this one, they're all garbage. They're, like, almost universally complete trash. For some reason, no one figured out how to do a good fucking comic book game. It's ridiculous. Crystal Dynamics worked on this, what the fuck? Those are the Tomb Raider guys. And it's weird because in retrospect it seems so obvious, right? Like, they nailed it so perfectly that people look at it and go like, how come no one did this before? They should have done it before, right? It's bizarre. Nailed it. But at the time, no one had any faith. Like, they heard, oh, a new Batman game's coming out. Oh, a new Batman game. Oh, yeah, I wonder how shit that's gonna be. Probably very. Even WB had, like, no faith in this project. Like, they didn't really market it, and it didn't have a huge budget. You know? It didn't have an enormous video game budget. So when it came out, it really was like an underdog, holy shit, where did these guys come from? And like, and also the fact that it's Rocksteady. The developers are Rocksteady, who you've probably never heard of because there's nothing to hear about before this game. Like, they made one game before this, which was a, you know, first-person shooter called, like, Urban Chaos. And that's it. This is the game where, like, they came out of nowhere and put themselves on the map. That's kind of a great inspirational story, and I think a lot of it comes down to, like, ambition. You know, that's, like, if I could describe this game in one word, it's ambitious. And it paid off. Because when no one really expects anything of you, when the expectations are so low because you're a new developer, no one has any you don't have a track record that anyone can put any faith in, and you're working on a comic book game, which are almost universally bad, you can just pretty much do whatever you want, right? Like, why not? Why not get Paul Dini on to write the game, and Kevin Conroy, and Mark Hamill, and Arlene Sorkin to voice the characters, right? Just make it another, like, a playable PG-13 rated episode of the cartoon. Why not? It's like they just really did whatever the fuck they wanted. And they nailed it. Like, they didn't have anyone looking over their shoulder going, no, you can't do that, it's a Batman game. They just did what they fucking thought was right. And it turned out to be the rightest thing to possibly do. Like, it really is this thing where, like, no one could figure out the equation. But then they nailed it, they nailed the answer, and now it's like, we're all stupid for not having figured it out. We're all wrong. Like, how did we not get this sooner? There really is no excuse. Like, the combat is, like, and again, with the ambition, the combat was originally going to be rhythm-based. It was going to be, like, Dance Dance Revolution Batman. But instead of dancing, he's punching dudes to the beat. I dodge blast and apologize for collateral damage. That kind of shit. And, you know, like, it still kept that rhythmic you know, free flow to it, but it's just a lot more, you know, in your control. And then, like, the stealth, like, oh my goodness. Like I talked about before, this is Batman stealth. How did no one figure this out before? It's really, I don't think its importance can be overstated. And, you know, that's despite its flaws. And this is an incredibly flawed game. This is not Mark Hamill, top billing. Kevin Conroy. Oh, he voiced Thomas Wayne too. Kimberly D. Brooks. Hope you didn't get used to her because she's not gonna stick around. And like I said, like, this is not my favorite Italian voice cast. That's great. This is not my favorite Arkham game in the series. My favorite game's Arkham City. Because, well, I'll get to that when we get to it. But, you know, this game, you know, it's not perfect. It drops off in quality in the later end. The writing isn't superb. Like, it's kind of generic. It's kind of cliche. It's pretty much face value. Like a Batman story. You know, in the most, like, generic... That's really the best way I can think of to describe it. It's kind of generic. I find it funny that the top billing for all these foreign language casts is Aaron Cash. Anyway. But, like, still, hugely important, hugely, like... This game's really good. Like, I can't even think of... I feel like I've said everything there is to say about this game. I can't think... I'm just gonna end up repeating myself. Oh, dun dun dun! And that's the cannon shot, too. Wow. We got Bane. Because one of 3 hands will shoot out of the water and do that. It'll either be Scarecrow, or Killer Croc, or Bane. And the cannon is Bane. Because that, like, when we get to Arkham City, Bane's gonna be like, yo, I got the Titan, and all that shit. Again, before we close out here, I'm gonna show off the new costume we got, and then that's it. I'm not gonna do all these on camera, I just want to show off the new costume. Because for some reason, the challenge maps count towards your quote-unquote 100% completion, even though we did it, it's 100% completed. Yeah, and that's it.
Go easy on him.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, hell, what do I...
And yeah, so, there you go. That's Batman Arkham Asylum. I said it at the beginning, and I'll say it again. Seminal. The seminal fucking comic book / Batman video game. And believe it or not, it's only going to get better from here. Well, for a little while at least. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you know, you stuck it out and enjoyed this rambling, disgruntled, you know, splurging of Batman trivia. Okay. That's all from me. See you guys next time.